Tonight, you'll probably scroll through your phone before you fall asleep. You'll watch something, read something, think about tomorrow. You might feel a low hum of anxiety you cannot quite name. And when your alarm goes off in the morning, you will feel like you did not sleep deeply enough, even if the hours were there. That feeling is not modern stress, it is something far older, something that was running inside your ancestors the night before they risked their lives to feed their entire community. What did ancient humans actually do the night before a hunt? The answer changes everything you think you know about sleep, ritual, and the strange electricity you feel before something that matters. Anthropologist David Lewis Williams spent decades studying the behavior of hunter-gatherer communities, particularly the San people of southern Africa, one of the oldest continuous cultures on Earth. What he found in their pre-hunt rituals was not what modern people expect. It was not silence, it was not early sleep. It was fire and dancing and sound and something that looked almost nothing like rest. Your ancestors gathered around fire the night before a major hunt. They stayed awake, they moved, they made noise. This was not recklessness. This was biology so finely tuned it would take neuroscience thousands of years to begin to understand. Here is what was actually happening inside their bodies. When you face something high stakes tomorrow, your amygdala, the almond-shaped cluster of neurons deep in your brain that processes threat, begins activating hours before the event itself. It does not wait for morning. Your cortisol rises, your body temperature shifts, your mind starts running simulations, rehearsing outcomes, scanning for gaps in the plan. This is not anxiety. This is ancient preparation. Psychologist Kelly McGonigal describes this state as the body mobilizing resources. The racing heart is not panic, it is your cardiovascular system increasing blood flow to your muscles. Your ancestors did not fight this state, they fed it. The pre-hunt fire gathering was, in the language of modern neuroscience, a collective stress inoculation ritual. Think about what fire does to a group of humans at night. The darkness presses in from every direction, but inside the ring of firelight, something shifts. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, rises when humans are physically close and moving together. Endorphins are released during synchronized rhythmic movement. Research by evolutionary psychologist Robin Dunbar at Oxford has shown that group singing and coordinated physical activity trigger endorphin release at a rate that individual activity simply cannot match. The hunters were not wasting energy, they were banking it. There is a concept in sports psychology called pre-performance arousal. Athletes who perform best are those who are not calm before competition. They are those who have learned to channel elevated arousal into focused energy. The physiological profile of a hunter the night before a large kill is almost identical to the profile of an elite athlete hours before their most important performance. But there was something else happening around those fires that modern science is only beginning to map: the drumming. Across hunter-gatherer cultures on multiple continents, pre-hunt rituals almost universally involved repetitive, percussive sound. Neurologist Andrew Newberg has studied what rhythmic auditory input does to the human brain. At specific tempos, around 4 to 7 beats per second, the brain begins to shift from beta, the alert analytical state, toward theta, a state associated with deep focus, reduced self-consciousness, and faster pattern recognition. Your ancestors were inducing a brain state specifically suited to the demands of the hunt, calm in the body, alert in the mind, deeply connected to the group. This matters because hunting a large animal was not a solo act. It required coordination so precise that one misread signal could mean the death of a hunter instead of the prey. Studies by Emma Cohen at Oxford have shown that synchronized physical activity creates social bonding through shared effort, a neurological state in which the boundaries between self and group become temporarily blurred, making collective action feel effortless. They were not just bonding, they were becoming a single organism. Now consider what happened to the ones who went to bed early, who lay alone in the dark, isolated from the fire, running the simulation of tomorrow inside their own heads. The cortisol would spike without the oxytocin to balance it. The arousal would tip from preparation into panic. Evolution does not reward the anxious loner before a high-stakes moment. It rewards the one tightly woven into the web of the group. Your body still carries the blueprint. You feel it when music makes you want to move before you decide to move. You feel it when you stay up late with people who matter to you before something big, talking, processing, and you sleep fewer hours but perform better when it counts. Your nervous system knows something your rational mind has forgotten. The night before the hunt was not wasted time. It was the hunt itself, compressed into firelight and sound and the warmth of bodies that trusted each other with their lives. Researcher Matthew Walker at UC Berkeley notes that the most important factor in pre-performance rest is not the number of hours, but the psychological state entering sleep. Rumination, what you do alone in the dark, degrades sleep quality even when hours are preserved. Social processing, resolving the emotional weight of a challenge through connection, prepares the brain for the deep restorative sleep that actually enhances performance. Your ancestors did not know the neuroscience, but they built the ritual anyway, because the groups who got it right woke up with steady hands and clear eyes and the quiet certainty that comes from knowing you are not going into the dark alone. And that's what this channel is built around. Questions that sound simple on the surface but lead somewhere you didn't expect. If that's the kind of thing that keeps you up at night, you are exactly where you belong. Subscribe to Midnight Questions. Every video goes somewhere most people never think to look. Tonight, when you feel the hum of something important coming and you reach for your phone instead of a person, remember what's actually being asked of your nervous system. It does not want distraction. It wants the fire. It wants the drum. It wants the sound of other people who will stand beside you when the moment arrives. Because tomorrow is not the hunt. Tonight is.